Welcome to East Tennessee Pinball. Today I'm up at Pins and Pints, and we got some place I got some games at, and I'm going to add a mod to this T2. I love this T2. I'm not really a fan of mods generally, but I wanted to do this one. I've seen other games, so I bought this. I got it off eBay. Yeah, probably the last place you really ought to get a mod from. They shipped it from England, I think, but I have to say, based on the way it's made, I'm pretty impressed. So basically, if you're not familiar with this game, you can load the ball into this cannon and it goes back and forth, and you get to pull the trigger here and launch the ball. It shoots the ball out. You're trying to hit one of these lights will be lit, and later on it gets moving. It starts off, it just to be like right in the middle, and that's how you get your jackpot. But anyway, one of the mods you could do is mount a little laser that shoots off the front of here, so you can see where it's pointing. So it's kind of cheap from the player standpoint. But so this thing, somehow or another, it mounts up like that, and it's got this little board, which is pretty cool because the advertisement didn't really show all this stuff. So that plugs, those two red plugs go together, and I'm thinking this basically intercepts the power for the motor, because this has a motor that drives this. So I think that's what's going to happen anyway, and that way the laser will only turn on when the motor is energized, and this just goes back and forth anytime there's a shot present over here. So that would be functionally pretty cool, and it'll also make a very clean installation. I mean, that'd be like a stock installation, which I'm really keen on, not having wires hanging all over the place. So without further ado, maybe I'll read the instructions. I looked at them real quick when I first got it without having the game in front of me. The pictures are, yeah, not the clearest, but I think having this, man, it's not going to be too hard to figure out. I know this thing goes like that, so I got to get that bolt and those two bolts out, and then this is going to go on top, and I got to fish that down through there, probably where that little, I can see that, y'all can see, if I get it to focus the right place, that insulated black cable go down out of the play field, and that's what we're showing on this next one here, right there, that connector there, interstick this, and I'm not sure which one they're saying, oh, I guess it goes in that one there. That's where the arrows are pointed at. So anyway, I'm gonna get out. First thing, that is like a little rubber, that's just old and dry, but it's probably ought to be replaced, but that's a rubber grommet. So just two screws here. So I put the game in gun test so I can just rotate this over, and I fished the wire down through that hole and put those two bolts on there, and I thought that was going to go on top of this one, but it's a replacement. Unfortunately, this sticker has been super glued down. Apparently it was coming up. I wish it was still coming up, because then I could super glue it here, but not an option. I don't know if that sticker is available, but actually it looks pretty cool just the way it is. I mean, you can see the coil in there, maybe not the best, but it looks at least as cool as that, I would say. I mean, it looks very much in the style of T2 with the stainless steel. So I think all I've got to do is go down below and mount this sucker. So there's where that wire came out. It terminates, it's got the connector. That's the only connector that matches these that's anywhere near here. Supposed to be a connector that's two brownish wires from the motor PCB. I almost think it's got to be here. Those are, well, there's one brown, one gray, and yellow. Are those both brownish? Maybe if you're British, I don't know. Brownish. I don't see anything else. I'm gonna do it. One more clue though, that's correct connector. The top two pins are the same two pins that are populated on this one. So anyway, so it's all wired up. I'm gonna have to do something with this because it's just got, you know, bare wires here. But for the moment, just let that dangle in a safe manner. I want to lower the playfield, turn it on, and see if it's working. So here's the laser in the dark. The overhead light's on. I don't know if it's going to look any better. Yeah, you can see a little bit better. This camera kind of overexposes everything. Anyway, hope you like it. Cheers.